All right, guys, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing great. Part 2 of the hood fix for the 04 GT. It's been a little bit of a challenge, but as you can see, we got the hood on there. So let me show you what that process was like and some of the bumps in the roads that we ran into. Okay, guys. All right, guys, so we picked up some hood hinges for the 04 Mustang. These come off of, I didn't really look at the year model. It was a 94 to 98. They're exactly the same except for one thing, and I'm going to show y'all what that is. This is what come off the 94, 98. That come off the 04. There's a little difference, and I want to show you what it is, and I think it may be for the good for some of you that's either experienced this problem or maybe even worrying about this problem. I want to show you something about it. But look at this hood hinge. It's flat on the table. Now here's the one that came off of our car. Look at this. Man, that thing is like, look at that. When I told you that thing was twisted, brother, that thing was twisted. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna show you what's going on with this hood hinge and what the difference is, and hopefully what I'm fixing to show you may help some of y'all. So like I said, guys, there's a difference in these hood hinges. This is the 04. This is the hinge that come off the 94 to 98. And if you'll look, they're pretty much, they're identical. But I want you to take notice of this right here. You don't see one on this hinge that come off the 04. Let me show you what that's all about. This is the factory hood hinge off the 04 Mustang. And if you'll notice, this thing will hinge, it'll hinge all the way back around. It actually bolts on the car like this. Your hood studs come in here and here. And of course you raise the hood up. You see this little dimple right here? See this like little dimple? Let me show you something. See this piece right here? Well, the difference in them hood hinges, and I don't know why they quit doing it. This hood hinge, that's as far as it'll go. Pretty much at a 90. There's that dimple. Here's this dimple. This one has it. But see this piece right here? Look at that. That will keep the hood from flying back and hitting the windshield. I did not know that. I did not know that your earlier model, your SN95s, and like I say, this car actually is a 94 to 98. I did not look in the door because once I looked down at them when I unbolted them, they looked identical. I didn't notice that till I got at home. That is the only difference. I actually like that because now, if I'm driving the car and the hood happens to come up going down the road, you can see there's no piece. You can see. So you can see the difference there. See that? That piece right there? It's not on there, but yet it has that dimple. It has that piece. So anyways, my thinking is if the hood comes off, or comes open, not off, if the hood comes open at a low speed, I've got a safety mechanism. I'm sure if the hood flew open at a high speed, I'm sure it was still to destroy the hood, but this might actually save the windshield and the roof of the car from getting busted up. I'm sure the hood will still be destroyed at that speed. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys the difference in these hood hinges. And for those of you that's had a hood blow up or hit the windshield or whatever on these cars, because I see it a lot. The gentleman that owned this car, he wasn't even sure exactly. He wasn't even sure because he said he was so adamant about making sure that that hood was shut. He's not even sure how it happened, but man, you can tell. I mean, you can see the twist. You see how that one's straight? This thing is twisted this way. This base is just ridiculously bent. I mean, it's just, you can see. So, all right, guys, I just wanted to show you guys that. And maybe this might help you guys if you're in the junkyard and you run across one of these hinges, because everything else is identical. It's just this, to me, it has this safety piece where for whatever reason they stopped putting it on the, I'm assuming, the 99 to 04. So. All right, guys, got the hood hinges painted. Took me a little bit to find. Man, you can find silver metallic paint all day long, but finding gray, dark gray metallic, that was a chore. I just wanted it to kind of match close to the factory one. They don't have to be perfect, but I didn't want them. They were black originally, and so I think this is going to match up with the gray on the car pretty well. So we'll get these things bolted on. Hopefully it's not too windy in the shop. Get rid of some of this dirt and debris that was underneath the hinges. Some of that didn't get cleaned up when I pressure washed it. Just get rid of some of this crud, dirt and stuff. Try to get these hinges back pretty much in the same spot they were in. That way the hood adjustment, when I get the hood on there, should be pretty close. What I like about these hinges here, as I showed you in the video, how this windshield got busted. This hinge flipped all the way back. But these older model hinges have got that stop like I showed you. See there? Now, I'm sure in high speed situation, still destroy the hood, I'm sure. This would probably prevent a low speed, but at least maybe it would save the windshield. I don't know. I like it. I like the stop. Don't know why they stopped making that, but I like it. All right, guys. Got both hoods new used. Hood hinges installed. Everything looks good. Color match is pretty good. So, yep. I'm good with that. All right. Now, if I can see if I can get my uncle over here and see if we can get the hood on. And remember, that's the one that I patched the stud up on. And this is just going to be a temporary hood, but I need to get this engine where I can get it covered. So see if I can get my uncle over here, give me a hand, and get the hood put on. All right, guys. All right, guys. It's actually the next day. As you can see, the hood's on the car. My uncle come over last night. He helped me set the hood on the car. I didn't even call him over here. He just walked over for a minute. So I said, hey, while you're here, would you help me slide this hood on? And he agreed. So I didn't even have nothing out here to film with. But we got the hood on the car and we ran into another problem. But this problem was a good problem because I need to share it with you 9904 Mustang owners. I think this is one of the reasons a lot of people have hood issues, not shutting. Probably what happened to this car. I'm pretty sure I found out what happened on this particular car. The owner was very adamant. He told me, he said, I always try to make sure that hood was shut. And I believe him. From seeing some of the things that he's done on this car, maintenance-wise, I believe what he said. So let me show you what I went through and what I found and what I think a lot of people go through on these cars. So guys, like I said, got the hood put on. My uncle helped me. Got it all on, got it bolted down tight. The stud that we fixed right here looks good. Everything looks good. So when I went to shut the hood would shut, but it would not latch. I mean, you could push it all the way down. The safety latch would catch, but the actual hood latch, it would not latch. So I removed the plastic piece, and I'm gonna remove this now to show you. So you've got this bracket that this hood latch attaches to. I even went over and looked over at the other 2000 over here. Everything looked good. Nothing looked bent. I'm glad I had it to compare to, but I could not get this hood to latch. I adjusted, I loosened, I moved things around. Nothing made a difference. I even got on YouTube. Some people took these bolts out. They put washers underneath there, which I wasn't crazy about doing, and said that was a fix. So I come back out here this morning after not being successful last night, started working on it again, made some adjustments, nothing worked. And I just happened to look down, and I seen this right here. So I got down here and I looked, and I noticed that this bracket goes all the way up, and it supports the bracket that the hood hinge bolts up on. When I got to noticing, I was like, "What? I haven't done anything here. This looks like it's moved." So I got my 8mm ratchet, loosened this nut, and as soon as I loosened it, this thing jumped up at least 1/4 of an inch all on its own. It was under pressure. So then I come up. Like I said, you can see that rod right there. It's a support for this bracket. So then I come around, I took the hood, I shut the hood, and it shut perfect. So what I'm thinking is, over time, I'm thinking this hood got harder and harder to shut. And the more it got slammed and the more it got pushed to slam, it pushed that rod, and that rod come out of adjustment. And as that rod got pushed further down, this latch started leaning away and coming away from this, I guess we're going to call it the striker. So I think what happened to the previous owner is, over time, that thing kept getting pushed down until the last time he shut it, he thought it was latched, and it wasn't. Because when I loosened that 8mm bolt, that thing literally rose up 1/4 of an inch. And that 1/4 of an inch is all that it needed to allow that hood to shut. As soon as I loosened that nut and that tension was relieved, no problem. Good tight fit. Really, it's there. So I think what happened, guys, over time, the constant having to slam that hood forced that bracket down out of adjustment until the hood latch couldn't latch no more. And that's what I think what happened to the previous owner. So if you have a 99 to 04 Mustang, that's one thing to look at. Because like I said, I've seen videos where guys put washers underneath that bracket. They adjusted the, and in theory, if that rod down there was being pushed down, then adding them washers was helping. It was making an adjustment. But that's really not the correct way to do it, because they didn't have washers under there or shims under there from the factory. But as soon as I loosened that rod, I literally seen it raise up 1/4 of an inch. So anyways, guys, that's something to look at. I see a lot of people struggling on here with these hood latches, and I feel like that's what happened in this car. And you should check it if you own one of these cars, because I don't want to see it happen to you. But we got the hood on here, and It's not perfect, but now we can park the car outside. You know, we got a hood, we got the engine covered. We'll continue our search for a better hood. I want to put the factory hood with the GT scoop back on it. I want this car back factory. But all right, guys, that concludes the hood repair. We accomplished it. We had a few bumps along the way, but we got it done. And I just want to say thank you for everyone that's watching. Thank you to all the subscribers. Don't forget that we have started the second channel where some of my travels and basically vacation where I go and visit. We made that channel just for those folks that may not be performance, antique tractor oriented, may not care for that much. This channel is mainly going to be for performance, Mustangs, antique tractor, stuff like that. So if you're interested in some of the places I go and see, it's Simple Living Travels, and go over there, take a look at it. I've put a few videos up from where I went on vacation in Tennessee. So, all right, guys, I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing well. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Thank you, guys.